Hello all. There is a transformation occurring right now as you watch this. People are beginning to become more open and receptive to what the mainstream media and governments, societal conditioning in general, to what has been labeled as conspiracy theory. This is occurring for a very deep, complex, and good reason. The state we live in now, and are being forced into, is one of absolute arrogance of power by subjugation of the people they are supposed to serve. Power should always serve the people, but this is not the case as it exists today, and the manipulation techniques power applies to its subjects to dominate them is a whole other encyclopedia in itself. Humanity around the world is growing increasingly distraught and disillusioned of the system that governs them, and any good, upstanding, free-thinking person is naturally wanting to know why their government lies and manipulates them, and how. If you hearing this are new to these concepts, for example, that government is the biggest liar there is, feel free to drop me a personal message or email, and I'll be more than happy to provide you with the official documentation of what I discuss. My point here is that we are moving from one epoch and era to a totally new age that we have never seen before. Isn't that what civilizations do? Progress faster and faster, exponentially? Many well-respected scientists, futurists, anthropologists, archaeologists, and even the elite's own writings have stated that the human species as a whole is at a crossroads of a type of change we haven't seen since civilization first started. Within not even 20 years from now, we'll have artificial intelligence in our cell phones that have IQs of 500 to 1,000. Think about that for a second. The technology is being developed now, planned for a long time prior, for neural computer interfaces to be implanted within the brain for people just to be able to keep up with the quickening pace at which civilization changes due to new processing speed of knowledge. The evolution of the entirety of civilization will happen so quick that time itself won't exist as we understand it now. This is the ideas in a field of science known as transhumanism, or post-human civilization, because the plan for us is that we'll evolve past that in a technological way, and everyone needs to know about it if they care in the least of what kind of future their ongoing generations will inherit that's being formulated by the elites. This brings me to the topic of UFOs. With all this technology that is emerging, of which I'll guarantee you the military-industrial black operations complex is at minimum 50 years ahead of the public sector due to classification levels, if not a few thousand years ahead, which is very likely and valid assumption if you consider that since governments will always want strategic advantage over their rivals, they'll be more than happy to reverse engineer a crashed UFO and keep it under wraps. We as a species will eventually have the technology available to detect exactly who, what, and where the plethora of different species are in the universe. We are all about to be thrust into a galactic community that's been hidden from us, whether we like it or not. So no matter what, a disclosure of what governments know of UFOs will come by sheer evolution of public technology alone. This is coming, it's inevitable, the powers that be know this, and the only question eventually after you sift through all the information is what kind of disclosure we will see. The situation we are facing is one of a breakaway rogue civilization operating in parallel to our own. It should come as no surprise that corporations have always suppressed technology towards their own interests. New types of energy, especially that which has been reverse engineered from recovered UFOs, haven't seen the light of day because this would effectively put the oil barons out of business. I'm talking free energy here and 0-point energy. Governments have the technology to bring us into a post-petroleum world, but have not. Cures for diseases suppressed because of big pharmaceutical interests. The list goes on. And it's disgusting. And the only reason why this isn't all public domain is for the simple fact that the elite want to control you. Human resources is the biggest product there is. The plan of the elite, like the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, is to kill the mass of humanity off before these technologies are unveiled. For too long, we've let these swine make the rules for us because no one truly wants to take personal responsibility for the reality they allow. We have to get past this notion of needing an occultic elite to tell us how to think, live, and exist. We will all be far better off once this point is passed. Until then, the agenda will proceed as planned, and Bilderberg will continue to take humanity down a road it very well might not come back from. We are all living in a pivotal time now, where we have to decide as individuals which path we are going to take. Are we going to be exterminated by the Illuminati because they see us as animals? Or will mankind finally get off its dirty knees and bite the hand that feeds them so we can inherit all this black operations technology and make the earth a better place to live, ultimately taking our rightful place as a species among the stars? I don't know, but we're definitely not getting anywhere by blindly following our governments who have sold us down the river a long time ago. To flourish as leaders or die as followers, the choice is yours, and we are going to be forced to make this choice. What we need to do is force our governments to disclose everything they have by declassifying all things related to UFOs. We will get there, and this will be a peaceful revolution. Have a submissive New World Order.